Go ahead.
Welcome everyone to our 2 p.m. press conference with Angel Yen. Before we begin, I'd like to remind everyone to remember to mute yourselves, raise your hands, and or message in the chat section if you'd like to ask questions, and then I will unmute you once it's your turn. But my first question, Angel, is, after welcome, is thank you for giving us such a great week last week to watch. How do you feel now that Gamebridge is over with such a great finish?
I feel good. I felt really good after the results I got from last week. Going into last week, I was actually really nervous because of my results last year and what I was going through. So heading into the event, even though I put in, because I didn't get to prepare for the season until like a month before the tournament started. So I know I didn't have that much time, and I was changing a lot of things, new set of irons. I just got a few weeks before the tournament started, so I was quite nervous with how everything was going to go, but I was really happy. Being able to play in the last group meant a lot to me. Last day, the scores were everywhere, but to me, it was more about testing myself and seeing where I am, and it makes me more clear of how my game is how I'm performing with my game and how everything is right now.
Right, and we also asked you a couple questions about your shoulder last week too, but how is your shoulder feeling, and is everything a lot better than a year ago?
I would say definitely it's better than a year ago. Yeah, it's getting better.
May I ask, when's the first time you knew that it really hurt?
I knew it really started, it started hurting, and I thought it was just some kind of injury because I never would imagine when the pain first started, I would think it would last that long. It was at the British last year, so it just started the event. Something was a little bit off during Marathon, which is the second tournament back from restarting our season. And then I was like, it's just probably tight. I just need a massage or some therapy on it. Didn't do much. And then British, it kind of got worse. And then gradually after that, it just went downhill fast. And then what scared me the most was that no one knew what was really going on until I found my doctor now. But that took a long time.
Last question on that is just for someone who's always upbeat and smiling, how do you manage all that stress and emotion that you get from being injured, other than the fact that you're an angel?
It was really tough. Well, it wasn't as hard in the beginning because I was just like, I growing up playing at 6 years old, you grow up with pain. It's just something that it's inevitable when you play at that young of an age. You get used to these aches and pains. So I thought it was just some normal ache and pain, and then until it just got worse and worse, and then no one knew what was going on. And I took an MRI for the first time in my life. Didn't like that experience. It was very tight, and it was really loud, and I was just like, oh my god, this doesn't feel comfortable. But I did that for the first time ever. So it was just new experiences, but yeah, I mean, I was just like, well, how bad can it get? That's why I was like, it's okay, I keep playing. As long as I can swing the club, I was just always happy.
And you're definitely swinging the club.
Yeah.
Shot solo 7th last week. How do you feel going into this week, and are you excited about performing really well this week again?
Yeah, I'm excited. I just played 9 holes today. I took yesterday off. I saw my doctor, got treatment on my shoulder, so I'm excited and just excited to see how this week will play out.
Have you played the course yet, and how is it playing?
It's playing different. My caddy has been telling me about, I don't even know if this is legal to say, but it's like all these holes are kind of replicas of famous courses around the world, like Augusta and then Troon. I'm like, wow, 1 minute in Europe, 1 minute in Georgia. So it's pretty cool to see all of that, because I've never played those courses except for Troon. So it'd be like, oh, this is like number what on Augusta. I was like, oh, okay. I'm getting like a not the real experience, but somewhat of an experience.
What are you looking forward to doing here this week with your game? Is there any particular part of your game that you've been focusing on more?
My approach shot for sure. I've been focusing on that a little bit more. Last year it wasn't that great. But this week, my main focus is to see where my body's at, and because I know my game is there, and it showed up last week. So I just want to see where my body is at, especially since this is the second week playing in a row.
Just a quick reminder, if anyone has questions, please remember to utilize the chat function or raise your hand and I'll call on you. But I want to ask, speaking of recovery and your mattress partnership with Zenith,
Zenith,
have you
baby.
been without your mattress at home?
I haven't gotten a mattress from them yet. I don't know if I can say this, but I'm excited to try it. I've been reading a lot about their mattress. It's green tea infused. It helps you sleep. I mean, I sleep for a long time. I think the longest I've ever recorded was a 19-hour sleep. I was basically out. My mom was funny. She goes, I put my finger under your nose to see if you're alive.
Was it on a flight or was it just in your house?
It was in my house. The other one was when I flew from Cusco to Dubai years ago, and I slept for 17 hours. But then somehow I was able to break that record. Maybe like with my Zenith mattress, I goes 24, it'd be like a koala, just out.
Angel, you're always such a pleasure to, even talk to. What advice do you have, given that March is National Women's History Month, and a lot of players will and look up to you right now? What advice do you have for everyone?
Well, I really just know about golf. I don't know much about anything. It's advice.
As a person who's just living life, that you're always so happy and spirited.
The world's full of color and just try to enjoy it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last question for me then is, who is someone that you looked up to outside of golf, outside of your family, maybe a politician or a celebrity who's a woman? But if you can think of someone outside of golf or outside of your family that it's really interesting, we'd love to hear.
Would it be bad if I said no one?
Yourself.
Man. I never grew up looking up to someone. I don't know if it's a culture thing or anything, but I just never really grew up looking up to someone. Maybe we should just cut out of the the interview, but not really. I just kind of always was taught to be myself and just to be who I am, and then take bits and pieces of everyone's knowledge, because I like having conversations with everyone, so just learn from them and then create me.
Right.
Yeah.
And we love you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Angel, and good luck this week.
Thank you.